Welcome, friends. It's Doona again. All right, so day 24, we're almost there. I hope you guys are feeling amazing. If you guys have any questions along the way, remember you could go ahead and comment below, ask questions, and feel free to email us as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and slow it down for this one, as yesterday was a little bit more endurance flowing, okay, a little bit more intense. Today we're gonna slow it down, but still breath to movement, okay, which is really, really important, keeping the movement with your breathing. All right, so let's go ahead and get started in child's pose today. You're gonna bring your big toes to touch with knees out wide. Relax your forehead down and stretch your arms over your head. Okay. And then just like any practice here, starting with the inhales and the exhales. Notice your breathing here. How is it today compared to yesterday's? Or how is your breathing compared now to just 5 minutes ago? Hopefully your breathing can slow down a little bit so your mind and body can follow. One more breath here. Breathe in. And let it go. Good. On your next inhale, just pick your forehead up and gaze at your hands. Keeping your hands where it's at, just lift up to a tabletop variation. So your knees are still spread out wide. From here, you're going to drop your hips, then lift your toes, straighten the arms by pushing the floor away, and start to lift your chest, drop your shoulders down. Good. So if this is too much for your lower back, I want you to tuck the tailbone. Okay. Exhale, child's pose. All right, friends, we're going to do that 2 more times, keeping your hands and your knees where it's at. Inhale, rise. Drop your hips, lift your toes. Gaze all the way up, melt your shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, child's pose. Good. One more time here. Inhale. Find that beautiful back bend, opening up the hips, opening up through the chest, broaden through the collarbones. Exhale, child's pose. Good. So just warming up through the spine as well as the hips here. Now on your inhale, rise up to tabletop position. Stack your knees over hips, wrist underneath your shoulders. Then right away, step your feet back into your downward facing dog. Hips go high. Feel free to bend one knee at a time, working into the calves as well as the back of the ankle. Make sure you're not dumping into the shoulders. So bring your ears to frame your arms. Broadening through the upper back. Wrap your triceps in and towards each other. Okay, find some stillness here. Keep your feet where it's at. Now walk your hands back towards your feet. First forward fold. Feel free to walk your feet a little wider, about outer hip width distance apart. Then grab opposite elbows and just sway your torso side to side. Bending one knee at a time. Maybe rocking your head side to side. Wiggling at your hips. Maybe shifting your weight forward and back. This should feel really nice, especially if you're sitting all day long. What a great release for the lower back and hamstrings. Good. Release your hands. Option to walk your feet a little closer, about hip width again, if it's not there already. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands on top of your shins. Lengthen your spine. Reach your chest forward. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge from your hips. 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift. Soften through the toes, soften through the heels. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, hands on top of shins. Again, maybe on top of your thighs. Drop your shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, shift forward into your high plank, top of a push-up. On or off your knees, feel free to drop down as slowly as you can onto your belly, keeping your elbows glued in, setting up for cobra pose. Untuck your toes, zip tie your legs together. Inhale, lift your chest. Lengthen your lower back. Reach your chest forward as you pull your hands back towards your hips. Exhale, lower. Good. One more time. Inhale, cobra pose. Draw your shoulder blades towards each other. Drive your shoulders back towards your hips. Lift your thighs. Exhale, lower. Good. Setting up for upward facing dog. Place your hands back towards your ribs, elbow stacks underneath over your wrist. Okay, so feel free to take cobra pose one more time to child's pose, to downward facing dog. Otherwise, as you stack your hands next to your ribs, straighten out the arms and push up to your upward facing dog. Lift your thighs, press into the tops of your foot, broaden through the collarbones. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll all meet there. Inhale, right leg high. Lead with your inner thigh. Keep your hips squared. Exhale, open your right hip, then bend your right knee. But notice if that right shoulder is opening too much. See if you could roll the right outer shoulder down. From here, make big circles with that right knee, opening up through that right hip. Switch directions. Good. Inhale, right leg high, three-legged down dog. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot between your thumbs with control. Option to grab your two blocks, but feel free to rock forward and back. Warm up through your hips. Come back to the breath. All right, so from here, as you rock forward, really straighten out that left leg. Come high onto the left tippy toes. And as you exhale, you're going to rock your hips back, then straighten out the right leg. Lift your right toes, adding a hamstring stretch. Exhale, bend your right knee. Pull your chest forward. Exhale, straighten. Check in with your hips. Make sure that right hip is not opening. So drive the right outer hip back, left hip forward. Exhale. Good. Moving with the breath here. Inhale. Stretch your chest forward. Lengthen your spine. Exhale. Re-straighten. Hug the inner thighs in. Rebend the right knee. Drop the left knee. Inhale. Crescent moon. Lift your torso, lift your arms. Good, biceps frames your ears. Lift up through your side waist. Pull the belly button in and up. Lengthen the tailbone down. Exhale, grab your left wrist with your right hand and take a nice lateral stretch to the right. Keep hugging the inner thighs in here so you don't obviously tip over to the right. You're using your strength to hold balance. Inhale, come back to center, arms over your head. Exhale, plant your palms, Chaturanga Dandasana, or feel free to meet just in downward facing dog. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. A few breaths here. Inhale, left leg high. Keep your left foot flexed so your leg stays active. Exhale, open that left hip and bend your left knee. I like to point the left toes here. Re-square the shoulders, push the floor away. Then from here, make big circles getting into your inner thighs. Switch directions. Inhale, left leg high. Roll the left outer hip down. Exhale, low lunge. Push the floor away. Round your upper back as you step your left foot between your hands. All right, friends, this is a good time to come back to the breath by rocking forward and back. Try to relax the shoulders away from the ears. Draw the left outer hip back. All right, inhale, reach your chest forward. Exhale, straighten that left leg, lift your left toes. Draw the left hip back, pull the belly in. Exhale. Inhale, rebend. Pull your sternum forward, open your chest. Exhale. Straighten that left leg for that hamstring stretch. Even drag your left heel back towards your right foot. Bend your left knee. Inhale, drop your hips, lengthen your spine. Exhale, re-straighten. Good. Hug the outer hips in. Rebend the left knee. Drop your right knee. Inhale, crescent moon. Good. Keep those legs engaged, hugging the outer hips in. Inhale. Exhale, grab your right wrist and lean over to the left. But notice that the left knee wants to lean towards the left with you. Bring it back to center, like you're squeezing an imaginary block between your thighs. Open the right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, either your chaturanga, high to mid plank, on or off your knees. Your choice of back bend, cobra pose, or downward facing dog. Upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. If you need to, you could always drop to child's pose, remember. Taking water breaks when it's needed. All right, yogis, we're going to flow breath to movement. Our sun bee flow will be a little different, so just listen very carefully. We're going to subtract some movements here. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Drop your left knee. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, your chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Drop your right knee. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, lean towards the left. Side body stretch on the right side. Inhale, center. Exhale, your vinyasa. Make sure you're breathing with your movements here. Waiting for your inhale for that back bend to downward facing dog. All right, friends, we're going to flow through that one more time. Let's take an extra breath here. And a breath out. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, lateral stretch to your right. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, lateral stretch. Inhale, center. Exhale, chaturanga. Last chaturanga of class. You got this, yogis. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Gaze forward and drop to your knees. Either take fixed firm or just hero's pose. So hero's pose, sit on your heels with your knees together. Or you can walk your feet as wide as to the outside of your hips and bring your knees together. And then place your right hand over heart, left hand on top of your belly. Close your eyes. Sit up nice and tall. And try to calm the breath here. Couple more breaths. Try to soften through your face muscles. Good. Gently blink your eyes open. Good. You're going to come standing on your knees, about hip width distance apart. Feel free to grab your 2 blocks and place them to the outside of your heels. Okay, if you don't have blocks, that's okay. You could also keep your toes curled under. Okay, so again, hips over the knees, knees about hip width. As you inhale, you're going to bring your hands behind your lower back, fingers points down, and then squeeze your elbows together, opening up through the chest. From here, as you exhale, you're going to slightly draw your tailbone down towards the backs of your knees. So your tailbone is slightly tucked. Then as you inhale, you're going to lift your belly button up towards your chest and reaching your chest up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, lean your chest back. Find that nice thoracic extension. Protect the lower back, so keep lengthening the tailbone down. You're more than welcome to stay here. Otherwise, grab the blocks, or you could grab on to your heels. Good. Keeping your hips over knees. So you might have to draw the hips forward. But keep lifting up through your belly button. Keep lifting your chest up towards the ceiling. Last inhale. And then as you exhale, bring your hands to your lower back. Tuck your chin towards your chest. And let's go ahead and have a seat here. Again, hero's pose or fixed firm on or off your blocks. Again, close your eyes. This time you could just rest your hands on top of your thighs. So that's a deep back bend there. So just take this moment to kind of notice if any thoughts or any feelings came up. You're just noticing, right? Not overthinking. Good. Inhale, gently blink your eyes open. You're going to keep this left knee bent. Okay, you're going to release the right leg and place your right foot to your left inner thigh. Okay. From here, place your left hand on top of right thigh, right hand behind your lower back. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, and then exhale, twist over to the right. Make sure there's no arching in the lower back, so you're engaging the core to support the lower back. Good. Come back to center. From here, you're going to just straighten up that right leg. Good. Bend this left knee, but point your left knee out towards the outside, towards the left. left foot into your right inner thigh. Okay, inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, hinge from your hips and fold over that right leg. So there is a slight rotation through your spine to fold over that right leg. You can always bend through the right knee. Reach your chest forward. Inhale. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Good. Inhale, slowly rise. This time you're going to bend this right knee behind you. Keep this left foot into your right inner thigh. Right hand behind or on top of the left thigh, left hand behind the lower back. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Keep the core engaged. Exhale, twist to the left. Keep the shoulders soften. Opening up through the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Gaze forward. Straighten out that left leg forward. And bend this right knee to the inside of that left thigh. It's okay if that right knee lifts up a lot. If it does, feel free to place a block underneath that right thigh. Okay, make sure both sit bones are firmly grounded. Keep that left foot flexed, twist towards the left. Inhale, sit up tall. And then exhale, hinge from the hips and folds. Inhale, slowly rise. All right, friends, this is a perfect moment for you to slow down in your Shavasana. Otherwise, you could come have a seat, close your eyes here, take a few breaths, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for joining in. Namaste.